Hello and welcome back to TNN's coverage of the world's 9 best fantasy football players league. I'm your host, and this is what we have for you this week. The NFL season has officially started, and more importantly, that means that fantasy football is back.
These are some ugly-looking fish.
This offseason saw a lot of action for the world's 9 best fantasy football players, with Undefeated Never Lost selecting Najee Harris first overall in the rookie draft, and a series of blockbuster trades in recent weeks. TNN reached out to several owners to see how they were approaching this season.
Warning: any use of this telecast or any pictures, descriptions, or accounts of the following event without the express written consent of TNN and Team to Infinity and Beyond is strictly prohibited. Jacob Caldor here, head coach, GM, president, owner. Hang on. Being told we're called governors now. Governor of Team to Infinity and Beyond. I was asked by a representative from TNN, also known as Trash News Network, also known as Fake News Network. I was asked to provide a statement regarding our recent trade with Team M. Vanek and Team Ham and Throw. I'd like to thank both organizations for their fantastic work and diligence and cooperativity in getting this trade accomplished. Here at To Infinity and Beyond, we hold a strict belief in the power of running backs driving fantasy football success. With that in mind, we feel like Aaron Jones was a key asset and something that could really put us over the top this year. We would have nothing but well wishes for Tyler Lockett and Trey Sermon and the player to be named later in pick 2022 first round. I wish all teams nothing but success this season. Of course, not as much success as me, but hope for injury-free, happy season where we can all watch Miguel get the first overall pick and not even have it.
Hey guys, Miguel Manella here, defensive coordinator of the historic franchise Undefeated Never Lost. Been asked to comment on our most recent trade right here. Hopefully our production team can put it right there. With Tom, essentially, even though it makes this year's job a lot harder for offensive coordinator Danny Stortz, he'll be able to figure it out. He's a smart cookie. And I think we're getting two assets that are only going to go up in value. Deshaun Watson, no offense to you guys, but I have no confidence in the American justice system. I believe he's probably going to be starting by week 5 or 6 next year at the latest. And Tom's second round pick could be pretty interesting considering he has Devontae Adams, with Devontae Adams, Derrick Henry, Marvin Jones, and Corey Davis now, which are all guys that I'm not too confident on for 2022. So, but it does make him a contender, so I think it was a pretty good trade for him too. It also makes Timmy's pick that we have for next year a little bit juicier, since it's getting a little bit more crowded at the top, and there's a lot more contending teams, and I can't see him being better than 6th or 7th this year at the best. So yeah, that's all I have to say. Excited to start the season. I miss you guys. Shoot any offers you have over. I bet I won't lowball you guys, even though that's the common belief. See you guys.
Hey, what's up, guys? It's the owner and GM of Team M. Vanek. A few days ago, Commissioner Tooch reached out to me and asked for a comment on the blockbuster trade that just took place in our league. And Team M. Vanek's comment is to watch out for Team M. Vanek in 4 years when the stakes are higher, because they are going to run the table. Team M. Vanek was really thrilled with this trade. They know that Dalvin Cook is so overrated, Tom Brady so overrated, so they decided to sell high on those guys and acquire a lot of young talent and valuable assets for the future. Call it trust the process, taking a page out of one of the greatest NBA GMs in history, Sam Hinkie, and they're really looking forward for what's to come. So they're happy with their moves so far. They want to get the message out that other players in Team M. Vanek are on the trade block, big names like DeAndre Hopkins and even Dak Prescott. So if you're interested, Team Advanced's looking for young players and first-round picks for the future, and they're looking forward to when this pays off.
What's up, guys? Hammond Bro here, owner of Team Hammond Throw. Fresh off a blockbuster trade in which I got one of the best running backs in the league in Dalvin Cook, a solid wide receiver in Tyler Lockett, and the greatest quarterback of all time in Tom Brady. Obviously, this puts my team in a pretty good position to compete, and I think that was really the idea we wanted to do going into this year. Obviously, what we're going to have to do is just take it week by week because, as I learned last year, it means nothing if your players can't stay healthy or produce on the field. So I would say we're walking into the season optimistic with where we're at, but we're going to have to continue evaluating week by week and see where we're going. But definitely happy with where we are right now and look forward to the season ahead and working with all the other owners and potentially making even more blockbuster trades throughout the year.
This is Tom, owner of Blinded by the Tight End, and I'd like to first thank your host for reaching out for our comment on our recent trade with Undefeated Never Lost. We're always happy to give a comment or a quote to TNN regarding our actions as an upstanding news network. That being said, in regards to the trade, we had the pleasure of recently acquiring a great quarterback in Justin Herbert, and we really believe in our guy. And we wanted to show our confidence in him. And we had another quarterback in our room who does still have a lot of potential, but we really we have a great team and we want to win now, and we can do that with Justin, and we believe in him. So we found an owner in Miguel who was interested in our quarterback, and he was willing to give us back some great pieces that we needed to kind of help finish up the team we needed. So we're glad to have them here. And we're excited to get to work. All in all, great trade.
And now, here is Danny Football with his first predictions of the season, Week 1. Hey, what's up, guys? The world's 9 best fantasy football players expert, Danny Football here, back for another week of expert predictions. We are officially kicking off the 2021 season. Last year was pretty good for me. I was able to pick correctly in about 59% of my matchups, and we are only going up from there. I am super pumped for this new season, and I've got a lot to say about these teams. But now, it's a new week. There's a new guest and a new chance to beat the expert. First crack at the expert this year, let me point out. So guests, why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself? Hey, what's up, guys? Commissioner Tooch here. Danny Football, thank you so much for having me on as a guest. I am a big fan of the show. Truly an honor, and I am very excited to be here with you. Yeah, thank you for being here. I thought there was no better way to kick off the picks this year than by having the champion pick alongside me. And let me just add, I am a big fan of what you've been doing with the league. You are truly an inspiration to commissioners everywhere, and all the best of luck to you with your picks. Oh, thank you. You are truly a great expert and host. All right, first up, we have To Infinity and Beyond taking on Too Many Tight Ends. To Infinity and Beyond currently favored in this one, 86% chance to win. Big favorites here. To Infinity and Beyond is a team that went into win now mode with their trade that netted them Aaron Jones and Ryan Tannehill, among other players, in exchange for some young guys and future high draft picks. On the other side, Too Many Tight Ends went through a team rebranding, and as their name indicates, they have a pretty nice tight end combo in Darren Waller and Mark Andrews. This is one where I have to side with the analytics, though. I'm going with To Infinity and Beyond. Yeah, I think that's a really solid pick. I love the insight there. I don't want to sleep on too many tight ends this year. I think they could actually make some noise and surprise a lot of people. However, I am a big numbers guy, and the numbers here just do not lie. Having Aaron Jones as a flex is going to make To Infinity and Beyond a really tough matchup for opposing teams to overcome. I'm going with To Infinity and Beyond in this one as well. Okay, next up, we have the Tex Arcana Bandits taking on the Mental Brick Walls. Brick Walls favored in this one, 68%. Who do you like here? Well, Danny Football, I want you to know that I am a big fan of the show, so I know that you are high on the Bandits. That is true. Fans of the show will know. I'm always happy to hear from a fan. Of course. I just want to say that great minds think alike here. I like A.J. Brown. I like CD. I like what the Bandits are doing with some young pieces on their defense. I have to pick them in this one. I think that's a good pick there. Let me just point out that the Brickwalls do have a really nice wide receiver core with Scary Terry. They've got Diggs, Claypool, Jerry Jeudy, all around really solid players, good depth there. But fans of the show are gonna know I am high on the Bandits this year. I certainly cannot do my boys dirty by picking against them in the first week, and I'm going with the Bandits in this one. Lock it in. Next up, we have the Twisted Teas taking on Undefeated Never Lost. Twisted Tea's favored here at an 84% chance to win. This is actually a tough one because Twisted Teas are losing Gus Edwards likely for the year, and the team that's set to benefit from that loss is Undefeated Never Lost after stashing Tyson Williams on their bench. However, I think Christian McCaffrey could end up having a big week against the Jets, and I'm going to give a slight nod to Twisted Teas in this one. I think that's really good analysis. That's actually a lot of what I was thinking there as well. One more thing I have to add about Undefeated Never Lost. I don't love the decision to go out and trade 2 flex players for Deshaun Watson. I know he's not on the commissioner's exempt list, but he would be on this commissioner's exempt list. For that reason, I have to go with the Twisted Teas here. Moving on, we had Blinded by the Tight End taking on McKiss My Balls. Blinded by the Tight End, currently favored here at 68% chance to win. Who do you like in this one? This is one I expect to be pretty close. Both of these teams were contenders last year, and they both made some big trades this offseason. I think this could be a revenge game for Justin Herbert going against his former team. Blinded by the Tight End also added 2 solid depth options with Corey Davis and Marvin Jones, addressing a big concern for them. I'm going to give the edge to Blinded by the Tight End in this one. I really like that pick here. I was actually going to go with the team formerly known as Bro Chill, it's just Njoku, but they literally changed their name while I was in the process of writing my analysis for their matchup, which made me angry. And for that reason, I'm going to go with Blinded by the Tight End in this one. Next up, we have Team M. Vanek versus Team Big Chungus 22. Team M. Vanek favored here, 68% chance to win. A battle of the 2 unnamed teams here, but with the recent departure of Dalvin Cook, some have alleged that Team M. Vanek is purposefully tanking, trusting the process, some might say, after their aggressive trades last year never panned out. With calls to
Call it trust the process.
This team could be a bottom feeder this year. I'm going with Team Big Chungus 22 in the upset. Yeah, I think that's really solid analysis there. Great expert insight. I was thinking basically the exact same thing. Do not think in any way that my pick is an endorsement of Team Big Chungus 22. This is a team I am not high on this year at all, but I am even more not high on Team M. Vanek, and I'm going to go with Big Chungus in this one. Finally, we have our marquee matchup of the week. The champs, Court, is now in session, taking on Ham and Throw. Court is now in session, favored here at 63% chance to win. Commissioner, who do you like in this matchup? Well, I'm going to say it's not so much who I like in this matchup, it's more so who I hate. And I hate Ham and Throw. Clip that. Please clip that. And I hate Ham and Throw. And I hate Ham and Throw.
And I hate him
As many know, I absolutely humiliated Hammond Throw in Week 2 last year. The highest scoring matchup in league history, me coming out on top, of course. Hammond Throw never recovered. This is a pretty bitter rivalry, and I know that my boys are going to rally. We swapped one Denver Bronco for another as our team namesake. RIP Drew Lock, your name will forever be memorialized on the trophy. Hammond Throw is about to be taken to court. Lock it in. Wow, that is a really good pick. It's kind of amazing how on the same page we are with our analysis. Really sharing those brainwaves there. Hammond Throw, everyone knows they're going to talk a big game about how they got Dalvin Cook and his boy Tom Brady. But running backs can go down at any time, and I usually do not advise having senior citizens on your dynasty football team. Maybe if Hammond Throw started Mac Jones, I'd give them a chance to win this week, but they're not going to. Everyone knows they're not going to. And for that reason, I'm going to side on behalf of the court. Well, Commissioner, thank you so much for being on the show this week. You're a guest I've been looking forward to having on for a long time, and I'm really glad that we're finally able to make that happen. Wishing you good luck with your picks this week. Of course, not as good as me. Can't beat the expert, but again, thank you for coming on the show. Thank you, Danny Football. Once again, I cannot say enough good things about you and your analysis. It was amazing how on the same page we were with all of our picks. Best of luck to you this year. Thank you, Danny Football, Commissioner Tooch, for those great picks. That's all we have for you this time. Be sure to come back next week to see how Week 1 turned out. I'm your host, and this has been TNN. Hey, just a reminder, if you haven't paid me yet, $30, Venmo, right here. I got 3 people on my list right now. I will name and shame next week, so here's your last chance. Hello and welcome back to TNN's coverage of the world's 9 best fantasy football players league. Shut up. Do not disturb mode.